Hello. So in this video I would like to do for us tutorial for Divi music language. So just a quick reminder, Divi music language is a domain of the Divi language. Divi language is a time-based art language, and Divi music language is a domain that basically it's music language by text, very intuitive, that can work with also computers, AI, human. It's very nice to use for human beings also, and it can use in addition to traditional music language. It can use instead of, and basically it cover what traditional music language have and more. So in this video I made for us few examples just to understand what is Divi music language. So let's talk about the traditional music language for a moment. So traditional music language, basically it's a music language that with notes and durations in space of musical boxes. When we decide for the count, for example, 4/4 or 3/4. So, for example, if we decide 4/4, we count 4 beats of quarter in every box, and there in the musical box it contains the notes and the durations with the pitch, octave that it located, and where it located basically in the music. In the time space and which note it is, which pitch. So the Divi music language basically do the same, but by text. When I developed Divi music language, I thought already that one day the music language uh, cannot stay on only these 5 scores and this notation that we know. What we have here, for example, you can see on the right side we have the scores 5, and there, here, and here you can see you have notes. For example, this is La, yeah, and this is Do, and it show you that it's a quarter. The sign of it, that it's this circle black field. It's it show you that it's basically a quarter. For example, that's La, and that's a quarter of Do. That's the 5 scores, and for the Do, that it's mid Do, you have this assistant line, and then you can mark and write Do. That's how to do with traditional music language. Now let's go for the Divi music language. Let's say we want to write this Do that we saw just here. So if we want to do so, first of all, what we see here, we have Do. Okay, we know that this is the Do note, and we want to write it. So we will write Do. So for example, I go here, sorry, and here I write Do. First of all, I write Do, and then I know that I have Do. Okay, but which Do it is? Of which octave? Because Do can be located mid Do, it can be below, it can be above. Which octave it is? So I said, okay, I want mid Do, that it's 4th octave. So I said, okay. So let's say it like that. I will write the note like we did now. Then we will write the octave. Okay, now I will write the octave. So I will write 4, that it's this octave I want. I write 4, and that's here I cover note. Then octave I wrote. Then, okay, which duration I play. And then I will add the duration. And the duration, in this case, it's a quarter. So I write quarter. And that's what we did. We basically did this. We wrote Do. That it's, instead of writing it on the 5 scores and located as where it located here below, we just wrote Do. and then we wrote the octave 4, and we wrote quarter. And quarter we could write as a friction like here, or we can write as a shortcut, for example, Q, like we wrote here. If it was La, it was similar. I would write the note La, then I would write the octave 4, and then quarter. And that's La, quarter of La, that it's here, mark here. Now, in addition, in the Divi music language, we also have degrees. The musical degrees, it's a very good way to analyze the music and use it. And I developed the Divi music language also as assistant for AI that I wish to develop for music producing and things like that. And then for music making, maybe not only producing, really to compose the music and everything. And then I said, okay, it will need to be smart, and then it will need to work with degrees. It's not enough the notes that it have. It need to analyze it to understand what it plays from different scales, from different genres. And so anyhow, it will need to have the notes, the notes and the degrees. So I thought, okay, like we write here a note, yeah, to write note, octave, and duration. Let's with degrees, we can write, okay, degree, and then the duration. So it can be, for example, first of all, we will write which scale it is. We need to understand which scale we deal. So, for example, let's deal or with La or Do, major or minor scale, it doesn't matter. And then I said, okay, if I want in Do major scale, so the first degree will be Do, and then a duration of quarter. And if I wanted to do it a degree per octave, just to say, okay, basically the first octave, it's the first degree, the first degree, it's also the first degree of the first octave. And then I can map it by octaves, and it will be different and very nice. For example, if I wanted to write, okay, now I want something else. I want the 8th degree. And I said, okay, I want the 8th degree. And how I write the 8th degree in these two ways. So 8, I would write 8, and then a Q, a quarter of 8. I could also write it differently. I could write it, or as we say, a degree per octave. So it's the first degree of the second octave, because now we went to the second octave. It's an 8th degree. So it's the first degree of the second octave, and then a Q. So it can be like that or like that. So you can use both ways, and it's all nice. By the way, the syntax might change with time when I will want to license it or something, but meanwhile, that's how I work with the Divi music language, and that's the syntax. And pretty sure that mostly it will stay as it is, because it's very efficient and convenient. So I could do it even by frequencies. For example, that is La by frequency, that it's 440 hertz, and then the duration, that it's Q. And then the composers, Divi music language composers that I made with the AI, they play it. So we will do here in this lesson example, in this tutorial, and to show you that it also plays what we just wrote here. So, okay, let's move on. Basically, in Divi music language, where will we contain all this thing? Now we said, okay, I want to write Do, that it's in the 4th octave, that it's a duration of quarter. Okay, I wrote it. What I will do with this, how I will really make from it now music, not only just to write a note. So here is the musical box. So musical box basically, it starts with vertical line and it ends with vertical line. And then we can continue like that till the pieces end, and then we add 2 vertical lines. And then, for example, here it's written not by notes, more by the letters, as we know, Latin letters. And then it's like C, it's Do. So Do, Re, Mi, Fa, C, D, E, F. Yeah. And then what we see here, it's basically one musical box that play for us in 4 quarters. It plays for us just like that. Do, the first quarter, then Re, mi, fa. So basically, if we count 1, 2, 3, 4. So what's written here in the counts? Do, re, mi, fa. That's what's written here. So that's the basically Divi music language. Now I would like to go with you for the composers. So for example, I can go to these composers and just like we wrote here, instead of the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, it have here an example. And it's, if you can see, it's do, mi, sol, do. That it starts from the do fourth octave and finish in the do fifth octave. Then it moves to the second musical box, and then sorry, a moment, and then it moves to the second musical box, and you see do, sol, mi, do. Okay, and then it starts from do fifth octave and it finish do fourth octave. And now let's play it. So we just play just what we teach now. And basically we could also go to this app that teach the Divi music language. In this case we have frequencies, for example, and then we see we have the La that we saw, mid La, and then we have other notes that it play, maybe a Si, Do, so sorry for now ignorance, but it plays now the notes here, and now notes. It played the 440 hertz quarter, then 493 as written. As we also studied before, for example, if I wanted to go by notes, then I would see here, do, re, mi, fa. We already learned it. Now let's play it. Just play it as it is. And for example, if I wanted to have tuplets, trioles, and then I would use this trick. For example, in every quarter, let's say we divide the quarter to 3, and then every quarter it plays the first of the third, or first from the 3, the second and the third of the 3, and then it's all this will be one quarter, the divided to 3. And then after that it will play the other quarters, re, fa, sol. So let's do it. Okay, so I suggest you to use also this app that teach the syntax, and then you can study and understand it more, the Divi music language. We said musical notes. So again, what we have here, do, 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 you see different octaves, all do, but do, third octave, fourth octave, fifth octave, sixth octave. So it could be also by musical degrees, we said. So here it also teaches, you see, there is a scale. We can choose which scale we want. In this case, it's Do major, and then first octave, first degree, second degree, third degree. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You see, they did like that. Because it could be 1.0, like first octave of the first degree of the 0 octave, because in this program that's how it programmed, but it could be different. And now it's like the 8. It's like we went to the second octave. It's written first. It starts from 0. That's the thing here, not from the 1. So it could be minor. Now we play the major. Now let's play it minor. Return to the major. Okay, all this I could do also in a composer and to write it freely. Here you can move from different scales. There is also for drums and percussions. We didn't show it in the example that we wrote, so we can also return to it. and if we wanted, for example, to play percussions, drums, for example, I could just write for a shortcut and write a kick, and to say kick will be the first, will be like a note. So we do vertical line to start a box, and then we say, okay, kick. And I could call a kick also a shortcut for kick, to call it K. And snare, to call it S. And then to say, okay, I want to play kick Q, and then to play snare Q, and then kick Q, again snare Q, and to finish like that the box. And I could say, okay, I want also cymbals, for example, hi-hats or whatever, and all this I could add also. So this, for example, if I go to the software and to play, kick, snare, and you see, Divi music language. So we also have these composers. This composer is regular. We have also the Pro, and written there are also examples. I want to remind you that you can use and check. Let's use it in the Pro, and you see how it's beautiful written as it's written in the composer, but also written with a visual layer, and then we can play it and also see it. You see it also play it like that again. You see it all have this visual layer, and it's very nice. We could also write chords, for example. If I want, in this case, to say, okay, now I want to play a chord, that's drums, but we wanted also, let's return to music. Let's say chords. So chords, how I would write it, for example, C major, a quarter, or C without, no need the octave that it will make it like here, a do, a fourth octave, no, only C, Q, quarter. And then if we go to the composer and check it, here in the study, for example, in the app that study the syntax, let's search here for chords, and here we have the chords. And so code can be written like that. They written it by degrees, you see. Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah, there was a mistake, but I need to fix it. But not, for example, let's go to the composer again and say instead of this thing, let's have the chords here. You see here we have examples. And I will take these chords, and it will play it as chords. One moment. So here, at G7, it will play like a sol in 7th octave, so I change it to be G, and then it's G major. Now let's try, see that it's okay. You see, wonderful, it just play the chords. So we could write it also by chords, and that's another added value of Divi music language, that it have all these features, and I don't know, I love it, and you can use it, and I suggest you, and I wish this thing that I don't want to sound arrogant, so yeah, I develop it, but we have to stay humble, and anyhow I want it to succeed, and this community to grow, and people to use it, and that it will be something that very useful. So let's play it with this composer, and now the chords. Okay, so basically that's the Divi music language. So you can check it out. There are other things to cover here in the syntax. For example, if I play a note, so what will be the fingering? For example, okay, you tell me play Do fourth octave, a quarter. Okay, but I want to play it now really like we play with the music language, but I also understand, for example, if it's a guitar or keyboard or even violin, which finger to put where, or where to move the bow in which direction, or with guitar two fingers. So you have this option that you have, okay, you wrote do, that it's fourth octave, that it's a quarter. You can also write, okay, I played now with third finger. uh, and if it was a guitar, so third finger here, and also I don't know, I before, that it's also a mapping for the fingering for the other hand. If it was a violin, so I don't know, I play this do quarter, yeah, four, and I take the violin like that or like that. Which direction? Go up, go down. You understand? Think. There is also other things to make. For example, if I wanted to go now, I could go like that to the other note. But let's say, okay, I don't want. I want slide between do to re. So I said, okay, let's have a slide between them. Now do Q. Now I go to re Q, and now re fourth of will be Q, and between them a slide, or between them a bend. For example, if it's a guitar or other things, or it could return and be just as you understand the regular way to separate, and that it's or comma or semicolon, and then we do it like that, semicolon, or like that with the comma. So that's basically the DV music language that we cover. So we can finish with nice music that only that it will be nice for us. So let's just search in the composers, in the examples. We had Ode of Joy, it was very nice actually. So we can use it again, see how wonderful it is. You know what, maybe by degrees. Let's again return here. Now what we see here, you see there are examples in the composer, regular composer, also in the composer orchestra. You will see, by the way, it's also multilingual. For example, the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, the do major scale, I could play Chinese. Why not? But basically, stop us if it's all by text. In this case, it's left to right languages. So we can write it together even. So I write here in Chinese, and then we move to the English. Let's see if it can work out here. One moment. Maybe we're missing something. Oh, no. Okay, see, with Chinese. And then move to the other. And then the chords. So it's multilingual, you see, even with Chinese. See, and also the visual layer and all this. So check it out if you want. That's the tutorial that explain it. So we can take from here examples and play, and it will be very, very nice. Here, what is this? Oh, there are very nice examples here. Here, Ode of Joy. Yeah, well, let's take the Ode of Joy. Let's hope it can copy paste it good. And go here. We can do it as a continuity to what plays, as an addition to. Here we just also separate the hands. But it's so here I need to write left hand before. Just I will move to the other channel. I'm going to. So that's how we'll move to the other channel. Here to the other line. I mean, let's open here a piano. We have piano, so that's this channel. Where should be other line? Line 1. Where is the line 2? Only one line. Okay, let's go to the other composer now because we don't have this time. Here we choose piano. Here we copy paste the music. That's the second line, sorry. And here the first line. It's after these chords. Here it is. So that would be here in the first line. So let's try to play. Yay! So we finish. People, I love you very much. Check it out, Divi Music Language. It's out. I'm not sure you hear me when it plays. So people, I love you. Thank you very much. That's the Divi Music Language. Divi language, Divi Music Language. Check it out. Let's, if you want, use it, make it grow. That people will understand its exist, can use it, and its ecosystems, the music, it's here for free. You can use it. I hope one day I will have license on it, but then it's also for commercial use. So if you want to use it just for yourself, enjoy. It's here. Somehow a service I did for humanity. I'm very happy and proud. Again, I want to be humble. I think it's very useful. So check it out, use it. I love you, people. Thank you. Goodbye.